That's what we don't need. Bear with me 2 secs, peeps. Going live on air. Going live on air with no hair, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, the 1st of November. Welcome to Proclamation News and Gatherence with the prodigious, the prominent Professor Johnson. And we've got all the way from across the pond. We'll be coming to arrive just shortly. We've been talking about global climate and the COP26. My lovely dear friend is from Hertfordshire. He's a great friend of mine, and I just got a bit of an introduction to do before we let him on the show. It's going to be a phenomenal show, ladies and gents. So please take your seat, fasten your seat belts, and enjoy the ride. It's going to be a hell of a night. Like a blizzard. When we drink, we do it right. Getting slizzard, sipping scissor in my ride. Like 3-6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Give me that mo wet. Give me that Christmas style. Ladies love my style. At my table, get it wild. Get the bottle poppin'. Now I've got your attention. I'm going to introduce you to the Mr. Aiden Chapmen to the show. Hello, sir. Lovely.
I'm a little bit wonky because I can't seem to get the screen to turn around, so I've had to go a bit wonky. So
that's
better be wonky in spirit than not wonky at all.
You're looking well, mate. Looking well. How's things on the other end of the side of the world?
Yeah, it's all right. It's got a lot colder today. The cold's coming. But everything's all right here, Justin. Everything's all right. How are you?
Yeah, very well, mate. Like I say, I spoke to you. I've just been getting my head in the books, mate, studying and just doing bits and pieces, studying and looking through the inequalities throughout the world and that kind of stuff, which is partly to do with some of the global climate that we're having, isn't it? So.
Absolutely. But we was going to talk about the COP26, the old climate slip up, as they call it. They're splitting up their words.
David, that's where we're spitting feathers.
Fluff these feathers.
You seen you heard much of Piers Morgan lately? I've got him on Instagram. I haven't been following much lately. I usually I follow his Twitter feeds as well, but I've been so busy and knee deep, neck deep in my own stuff, going out campaigning. And
yeah, absolutely. Well done. Congratulations on becoming trainee counsellor. Well done.
Yes, thank you, buddy. Yeah, I'm just I'm getting myself involved as much as possible. Everything and anything really. Just
we need some up and coming young lads like yourself. Got a bit of wisdom behind you. Not too young, not too old. Got a good energy. That's what we need.
Be good if I get that. Like I told, I don't want to say too much over the thing. If I get that proposition I said about, if I get that, I was working closely with the community as well. So that'd be a good shot in the dark, wouldn't it, in the right direction.
That's right. Yeah, as long as you can put a roof over the church, that's the main thing.
Yeah. That's it, mate. So how should we tackle this COP20? Did you like my introduction? It's quite. I thought
it was fantastic. Yeah. What sort of music is that? What is that class day?
I'm not sure. It's the old kind of the G6 song. It's called like a G6. I thought that would go quite well with the
G6 music.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I suppose a bit like house, is it? I'm not sure. Not quite sure.
I don't know if it's house. It does sound like that old garage music they
it might be
around with the what do you call it? The vocal stretching, isn't it? Vocal there was a name for it.
I'm not quite sure. I'm never that clued up with music to be honest.
time stretch their vocals to make them sound so they can actually have an awful voice, but when they time stretch their vocal, it sounds brilliant.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
play.
what I mean, I do. I love singing, but I don't know nothing about singing apart from I enjoy it. I don't know.
At least you try. That's
Yeah.
an ancient old saying. At least you try.
Did you get that little thing I made? I made a little highlights of my singing the other day. I thought it was pretty good.
Well, I was just about to go to bed, and I thought I better not listen to no music, especially yours, just before bed. I'm not sure it would wake me up or turn me to sleep, but yeah, no, I've got it. I'll have a listen, but
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know,
I've got a voice like an angel.
yeah,
You'd be like, my
yeah,
goodness, he's heavenly
no, you're
father.
good. You're good. You just need a little bit of chopping up here and there.
Chop my head off and I'll be fine. I'll be a good singer. What's that? It's sharpening on there. A cup of Nescafe.
Actually, I've gone up in the world. This is, let me bring it up, a little bit of an advertisement for a bit of Starbucks ground coffee.
Oh, there you go. Okay, go look.
With toffee notes.
There you go. I jumped on Nigel Farage today. I jumped to him. He was trying to put Boris Johnson down. I thought he was working, and he's always supporting Boris and the rest of the Conservatives. Was he getting above his station? I thought I'd put him down a peg or two today.
Who's this one? Who's this?
The toper at the bar, Nigel Farage.
Oh, Nigel Farage.
Yeah, a lot of people like him, but I can't see what there's to like about him. There's a guy. He's on the motorway. A bloke crashed his car with his baby in front of him, and he's carried on driving. What sort of man is that?
Well, that definitely reminds me of May the 14th, 1992, May the 14th. It just doesn't happen to Nigel Farage. I was on the motorway and I got hit 90 mile an hour. It was the junction where the 4 lanes go into 4 lanes. And I was obviously coming onto the motorway. So I was in the 3rd lane and then into the 4th lane. And as I was going onto the main motorway itself, I was already on the motorway, but onto the main M25, I was slowing down, the geezer coming along at 90 mile an hour, and he hit me up in the air, and I come down, bouncing around, and it was all in slow motion. But when I was laying there, almost dying, cars were going around me. This is what I was told. I didn't see it because I was like almost smashed out. Cars were actually going around me, and they just didn't care. They just said it was almost trying to run you over type of thing, just to get through it, just to get to where they got to. So this non-caring bit's gone on for a while. But as for Farage, he's a statesman. He could have really stopped and showed a bit of courage there. Maybe he was scared, or maybe his security just wanted to drive on. I don't know, because he's quite a big figure, isn't he? Really.
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit of a situation when you're that much of a figure of a man. Well, is he a figure of a man? He's a toper at the bar last time I heard, but but he's got a good following. I know what you mean now. He's got a big following and probably a lot of hate towards him as well.
Massive following. I mean, if it wasn't for him, those EU elections wouldn't have landslided to the Independence Party, or what they call it, or them other parties. There's too many of them now for my liking.
Yeah.
But he done really well in the Euro elections.
He has got a ward of words, hasn't he? I suppose he knows how to talk to the the right occupants within the politician role. But I still don't know what I make of him. I still don't know what I make of him. But he's got to get
in or out of the G20. We'll still be in or out of the EU. I should say. I got it around the wrong way. I got it asked about face. I shouldn't swear, but so if we're leaving the EU, then we're still going to be in the G20. It's like, so it's pretty much the same set of politics, really. But he doesn't attack all that's going on. But he just wanted to leave the gravy train.
Well, the Northern Ireland thing, they brought them in now, haven't they? They brought them into the Brexit now, haven't they?
Sorry, brother?
The thing with Northern Ireland, they're crossing the border. They're crossing the borders with the food and all that now, aren't they? Without stopping the lorries and stuff. They stopped that hard border, haven't they?
Okay. So it's
That's
running
that's what
freely over there now, is it?
I think so. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Last time I heard, but that's a couple of weeks. I think that's a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if they actually done. Must have done it by now. I thought
Yeah,
so.
they did say there was going to be a lot of complications. But
Yeah.
going on to the G20, I've just been reading like obviously I don't. This is not in my head, but these are the bullet points. So the G20 summit dress rehearsal failed to give the thousands of people now heading to COP26
Sorry, mate.
any sense of growing optimism about world leaders' climate change goals. So the details, right? So whatever the spin comes out of Rome, it appears that the G20 summit has failed to meet the moment.
Yeah.
How do you feel on that one? Did you follow it much? Did you
I
read it or did you watch it?
I didn't watch. I haven't been watching it. Obviously, I've been trying to read just the headlines, but I didn't get too much for gist of it. If I'm totally honest. Totally honest with you. I'm usually on the ball when but it's hard when I'm reading like twice a day what my academics as well, So I'm getting a bit of a proofread what's going on in media.
So is this all online that you do?
All
Or
my
you're
studies,
studying?
in module books and online. It's just like being in university. No different being in university. It's exactly the same.
But you don't actually go. You don't actually go to the uni. You do it all at home, or do you go to the
Yeah,
uni?
I've got no tutor sitting next to me saying this is what you got to do. But to be honest, I've looked at some of what the students do on their thing, mate. It's horrific. I think I'm better off doing it at home because I'm mature and I'm mature. I can pick up a book when I want and go online when I want, and I'm methodical and I get up, study, get up, study, get up, study. It's just
But you must miss the thing like school when you used to have a good old lecture. You know when the
no.
lectures come in and then
I don't, no, you end up messing about, don't you? You think when we was back at school and you got a kid find a rubber or pencil at the back of your head, you want to get up and throw cherries. That's what it's like in university. It's still the same. It's kids are just still being kids rather than being adults. I've
well
seen.
we couldn't read that great back in the 60s and the 70s. So,
Yeah,
you
university's
know the 60s and 70s were really good days.
still
But
the same, mate. You don't see someone.
nice to have it's nice to have a lecture, a proper lecturer like a professor come in,
No,
and someone that can talk for a whole hour with and just
that's
interesting.
good. But I get online lecturers. There's no point sitting in a classroom for the videos for that, man. I've seen their work. The students at school, they're putting like mark down what you call home, or your living room. Sorry, you want to see some of the things they put on there. It's horrific. They put on there. They've been naming things like Rebecca. That's what their class is home. Rebecca's my home and boobs and it's just stupid things, That's like childish play, isn't it, at university? This is like this is students at university writing this inside the university. I'm thinking that's not what I want to be back, man, because you're going to start messing about, aren't you? That's what I want to do.
I don't know. I mean, I'm of the old school. If someone's already got the masters or the bachelors and that, and they've got the experience, then words of wisdom is always good listening to someone that knows their onions. You know what I mean, James?
Yeah. But you can learn your onions yourself. I call my living room, which my place of abode. My boudoir. That's
Yeah.
A boudoir is actually a small room, but
You feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't want like to be amongst others. You can study better. That's cool. Long as you can do it that way. There's others that need guidance, where you're quite strong spirited.
I read too much, and I think I've been reading like 3 hours a day. It's a lot. That's a hell of a lot of reading.
But I do like your intro though. That's good. Is that your copyrighted one? Is it?
No, it's not for this because I thought he was talking about the COP26. I thought he wanted to talk about today.
Absolutely, mate. I'm just getting set up because it was a bit of a hair at the moment. I wasn't because I have to set up. So the camera's at an angle. It takes, believe it or not, it takes me half an hour to set this up.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, it's set up now, but it's not. It's all rickety rickety pickety. You see, where you're the professional, I'm the rickety pickety. It's all over the place.
No, that's all
But
right, mate.
yeah, so it says that the details of the final communique identify limiting warming to 1.5 Celsius as a common goal and stipulate that keeping it within reach requires meaningful and effective actions and commitments. Now, me, I think I already touched on it earlier, and I believe that no matter what damage we do, and no matter what we try and do to unrepair any so-called damage that humans have done,
Yeah,
it's going to become the Earth will repair itself regardless of what we do. You know, as soon as the water rises, i.e., the glaciers are melting, the Earth, as you've seen in, I don't know if you had a quick look at the volcano in the Grand Canaries.
yeah,
It started off blowing one volcano apart, and now there's 3 or 4 going up. And I
yeah,
don't know if it's still going, but when I looked 2 nights ago, that was roaring away. Now
yeah,
this was all sliding down the hill, and people were losing their homes. I saw a guy running out of his house. He must have woke him up, and as he was running away from his house, he turned round, and this lava was going in his swimming pool, and it just boiled his swimming pool up. Imagine that. Thousands and thousands of litres just boiled up in seconds. So if you can imagine when that gets down to the coast, it's dropping in, that's boiling that water away. Boiling. So the sea levels are going down. So
yeah,
these top scientific professors aren't advising the government that, are they? That the Earth's repairing itself. So therefore, this is my opinion and my opinion only, I think it is
yeah,
one big scam.
yeah. Yeah, I know you're saying, man. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what. So I'm using textbook, and I'm not sure what to make of it all. Like, I know we've got floods and that, and all sorts going on. It just makes you wonder what is actually going on. Is it one big world crisis, or is it just that time of the year, or what is it? It's strange old,
Yeah,
strange
but
old.
this is happening for decades, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
This fear, Project Fear, like the
yeah,
G20, Project Fear,
yeah,
Greta Thunberg, the climate kiddie,
mm,
Project Fear. Everyone that talks about it, all these protesters laying down in the road, Project Fear.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, look at the volcano, look what it's doing. That will
mm,
boil water so quickly. Listen, the Earth will repair itself.
yeah,
Now, whether we get the cold winters coming back, now I can't say anything if it will, but looking at it, I should imagine tonight it's very cold. So,
yeah,
you know, if this is the Earth repairing itself, then we're going for a couple of really heavy, hard winters coming up.
yeah.
So this climate nonsense is just a load of guff.
Yeah,
Just like, you
is
know,
it something to talk about? You know, speak about, gossip about. You know,
argue about.
or argue about. I mean, a lot of people might try and shoot each other over it, but
Well, it's almost coming close to it. You
yeah,
know, you see with those people, innocent people wanting to get to work, and there's a load of
yeah,
hippies laying down in the road.
yeah. Well,
You know,
the old meeting was yesterday in Glasgow, and old Putin didn't turn up, like I said, and the guy from China. I think that's a bit obvious because they want to get the CO2, you know, the carbon emissions down, and they're like, I'm not sure about Russia, but I know China is the worst.
they're
Worst.
just unbelievable. China. I mean, Russia are pretty much ahead with the technology. See, China are still developing. They're not going to take any notice of anybody else until
And
they've built all the coal power stations.
how can China do it? They
Then
got,
they'll realise. When the Chinese realise that they're going to lose their planet, which I don't think is going to happen, when
yeah,
they realise that, then they'll act on it. They're like, we're not going to have anyone tell us what to do. There's 1.5 billion of them, so
yeah.
unless we drop nuclear bombs all over them, then they're not really going to take much notice of us. And they've got quite a few of
Um,
their own now.
how's China going to stop? Because they're the biggest manufacturers place on the planet.
They're, exactly. They're doing everything. I mean, you look at all your trainers you buy now. It's
Yeah,
all China. I mean, I've bless one of my family members. I won't mention no names. They bought me a pair of trainers. They were only like 20 quid, but the most comfortable pair of trainers I've worn, and they were made in Eastern Europe. And so I thought, well, it's a bit closer to home. It's getting closer. But usually when you get trainers, they're Nike copy, China copy. You know, it's like
Yeah.
You look at the box, made in China. It's like everything you get. What is it? Oh, a toaster made in China. Oh, a TV made in China or Japan sometimes. But the majority of it is made in China. And,
Yeah.
you know, the amount of power stations that they've got going on there, it's thousands, and they're just building them every day. It really is colossal what's going on
Yeah.
out there. And they're so far behind with the technology, like it's still burning coal. It's
Yeah.
quite, yeah, it's, yeah, I mean, when 1984, when all the, yeah, well, before that, when the miners were put on, they were basically thrown in the skip by Margaret Thatcher, and they all blamed her, but it wasn't that, Professor. What it was the big earth moving machines that were putting the miners out of work. They all blamed Thatcher. It was just technology moving on, big machines, you know, breaking in, cutting through the rock, and getting to the coal. Well, the
Yeah.
miners used to go down pits. What's the safest thing for humanity? You know, the machines, the big machines digging.
Yeah.
But because, you know, the miners were put out of work, they have a bit of a chip on the shoulder, and you know, they still go on about it now. But yeah, it's progression. It's the industrial revolution continuing. That's what put them out of work.
Yeah. Coal mining job, mate. Dangerous. It's a bit like I used to done years of underpinning. That's dangerous enough. You know, if you're underneath a building, 3 meters underneath a building, that come down to it, you're dead, aren't you? Or the side, you know, the sides collapse.
Right.
Dangerous job. You've got to shore everything up, and especially even mining, even doing mining is pretty dangerous.
Mm.
You've got to put everything on jacks going and make sure it's shored up and safe and stuff.
But I was watching a program Friday night, and it was a place about 4 times the size of Hatfield, and there was a load of underground mines there, and there
Yeah,
was lots of coal there which they hadn't got out, and it had caught fire, and this fire went on for weeks and weeks underground, and the whole place was hotting up. So you imagine that, just but you know, the
yeah,
next disaster is going to be something like China, isn't it? You know, all the coal's going to catch on fire, and that's going to burn and burn and burn.
yeah,
But regardless of what happens here, those volcanoes spit out 10 times what we spit out in a day. You just
yeah,
look at them; they're just and they burn. The big flames come out, all the you know the where they where what's it the ash. The ash is all just spewing up into the air. Then it stops and it belches a out of load of soot and dust and everything.
yeah,
And that what goes up into the air is probably what the whole of the Earth's emitting. You know, and we're probably 10 times that amount, like what the volcano does. It really is quite amazing how the Earth can do this, and it knows what it's doing. It's not the Earth. I mean, come on, it's not by chance we're just here.
yeah,
You know, the Earth is an intelligent thing. You think
yeah,
it isn't.
yeah.
It knows how to repair itself like an intelligent sort of
Mm.
animate technology. Something,
What,
you
makes-
know, but
what makes me laugh about? I mean, Boris, they're more worried about getting our CO2 emissions down. Guangzhou in China is 4 times bigger than London, and that's just one. That's just one part of China. That's just one part of China.
where's that?
Guangzhou. That's where they've got most of the manufacturing things, you know, making like phones and whatever else, watches and all that stuff, you know. But that's 4 times bigger than London. If you think the rest of China, mate, why are we worried about CO2 emissions and they're not even bothered? They're not even that worried.
I know. I mean, you look at sort of. I mean, London used to have the biggest suburb, but you look at China now. They've got like like Peking and Beijing and places like that. You could fit London into about 30 times those suburbs.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
and an alarming rate. They've just exploded. It's almost like it's taken us like God knows how many thousands of years of evolution to get where we are, and let's say maybe 100 years of the Industrial Revolution. But yet China has done it in such little time since the end of World War Two.
Yeah,
They got a lot of support from Britain. That's all our tax paying that we did. All that money was going out there to support them. And look at them now; they don't take no notice of the West anymore. They're just I wouldn't say they're not thankful. They are thankful, but they've got their own communist
yeah.
regime which is lifting the poor up out of poverty.
Well,
Well,
we pay 60 million a year into Beijing. That's last I was reading on the thingy on the media. 60 million to Beijing.
60 million.
Yeah,
Why are they paying that when there's people being their own people, their own engineers, their own soldiers
I know.
being thrown onto the street? Gestapo policy. You know, it's like, God, gee, why?
How many bicycles is there in Beijing? 60 million, isn't it?
Uh,
What's that song? What's that song? Is it 60 million bicycles in Beijing?
60 million parcels in Beijing. We'll have to write one. We'll have to sing it. Write it down.
Oh, no. How many, if it's 60 million, how many spokes is there? How many spokes is there?
Jesus, yeah.
How many spokes in a wheel? About 30?
320 million.
Yeah,
How many parcels? Yeah, I like that.
yeah, but
Oh.
a bit
So
like
what,
bicycles.
Professor? You're an intelligent guy. You're up on it. Everything. You're very intellectual. You're um, very good conversationalist. But there's something you use. Prodigious. The
Prodigious, yeah.
prodigious professor. What is Glasgow got to do with the G20? I know they're Great Britain. They're part of Britain, Scotland.
The COP26, that's where they had the meeting yesterday, wasn't it?
Right. Okay. I'm with you. See, I didn't watch it. I didn't follow it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
The
I've
Queen,
read a little bit here, but it says this the new reference to 1.5 is good, but not good enough.
yeah.
And if the wording of the final document doesn't change further, there are few concrete actions contained in the agreement. Now, no explicit commitment to zero net zero carbon emissions by 2050. 2050. We'd have had 20 volcanoes by now and we'd have lost the sea level. Um, just a loose reference to around mid-century. I mean, a whole lot can happen in that time, can't it? What, that's 29 years away. My God, you know, that's half a lifetime. So no deal or phasing out domestic production of coal, just a formalisation of an existing agreement to end investment in foreign coal projects. So yeah, that 80 million, Justin.
No. It's like echoes. It's like echoes. It's like echoes. No, I don't think. No, it's got two boxes up the top there. Has it done that? Right, done this last time, mate. Not man. Is it better? Yeah, you know. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya. The boxing, eh? The boxing, eh? Go, mate. Go, mate. Go, mate. Go, mate. That's it.
Justin? Professor? There you are.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Aiden? Aiden?
Down on there.
On this thing. On this thing. I don't know. This thing. I don't know. I don't know. What the? Your thing ain't mine. Your thing ain't mine. Your thing ain't mine. Your thing ain't mine. Is that better? Is that better?
Brilliant. Where's the old jangle? The jingle. Jingle part 2.
Nah, I ain't it shit. Yeah.
So at this end.
I ain't mine. It's when I talk, it's come back like. Mine's shit, mate. I don't know what's going on. Mine's shit, mate. I don't know what's going on. Mine's shit, mate. I don't know what's going on. Mine's shit, mate. I don't know what's going on.
Justin, you know the window you had open. Just get rid of delete that one because that stopped mine echoing. I just got rid of the window and cleaned it and log in again. That's what I did. That window's corrupt now, so I'd get rid of that window. Justin. Done a drawing, look.
I can hear. Go on, mate. I can hear.
Look, I've done a drawing, look.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Why does this keep echoing, man? Let's do a brain. Why does this keep echoing, man? Let's do a brain.
Because you've got the corrupt window open.
It's freaking out. Freaking out. You only up and start again, bro. Start again, bro. Start again.
Yeah, I'll exit and come back in.
Start again. Start again. Oh my goodness, might work. Might work, Aid. Go on. Oh, mate.
There we go.
Let's get this bottle above your head.
It's like, hey, Proclamations, Professor.
Hopefully it's alright now. One nightmare, isn't it? Yeah, we're cooking on gas now, mate. It's all good. Get this show on the way. Yeah, so they're at G20. Doing a second, so good now. I don't know why it's doing this.
When you phone it's corrupted the window you had open.
No, I've got 2 boxes up there. Look. When it crashed, I'll come back on. It's come back on with another one of me. So it crashed earlier, didn't it? I'll turn it back on.
What about sending a new link?
What's that, mate?
What about sending a new link?
I'll restart my computer. And it's just coming straight back into this same one.
If those radio signals coming from outer space.
What's that, buddy?
Those radio signals coming from outer space.
Yeah, it certainly is. Just go in class box and do it. So just go in class box and do it, shall we? This video made. Oh, mate. Should go in class box, eh?
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah? Oh, mate. I'll see you there, buddy.